Hello my crafty tribe, Yvette the Card Girl. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new, welcome, and I hope you want to stick around a while. I wanted to share a project I had created for my son for his birthday. What inspired this gift was the fact that I had created my son and my daughter-in-law a little mini album, couple little mini albums for their trip to Japan that they're going to be taking in January. It was originally set for September, but they realized it was a monsoon, so it got pushed to January. So what inspired the camera box was the albums that I had created them for their trip. So it's kind of a two-in-one gift, I guess you can say. My son loves photography, so I thought, let me create a box that they can put the albums in. And I wanted to create a camera box. And I wanted it to kind of have that vintage look. So I kind of went on and looked for some ideas. I found a YouTube tutorial by Cynthia Luhu. It's CYNTHIALOOWHO. And she had a tutorial because I typed in how to create a vintage camera lens. And I come across her tutorial, and I think her tutorial actually shows you how to create a camera box, or the box itself with the lens as well. So I used the tutorial on how to create the lens part of it. The box, luckily for me, there were some cookies that were delivered here to the house, and it was the perfect size for my album, so I didn't actually have to construct the box itself. So that was like a plus. So as far as the decor, I kind of looked around. I think there was one, a camera box that looked very similar. I know it had the film strip like this, which was inspired. I thought it was on a YouTube video. I searched through all my watched videos. I could not find it, so maybe it was Pinterest inspired. So I'm sorry I don't have that. Nonetheless, I did try to look for that. So let's jump in. I think what I will do is I'm going to kind of just show you the camera box, and then I'll go through some of the products that I used to decorate the box itself. So here we go. And I want to say it's a 6x8 box. I will measure it to double check. Here's your back side. And I put a little handle here. Here's the album. And I will show you that. Another little album. And then the inside, I lined it with the paper collection that I used to kind of coordinate with the album. And so I used a lot of Tim Holtz products on this. But let's start out with some paper. I covered the box itself with this faux leather type paper that I got at Hobby Lobby. So what it looks like. I think I got them at 50% off, so kind of watch for that by the Paper Studio. And so I think I want to say I used 2.5 sheets of that. And then what I did is after I covered it all, I inked it up to kind of give it that vintage look. So I just used some ink and I distressed it. I used a piece of chipboard and cut out the bottom for my platform. Covered it with just some brown paper, and again distressed it with some distressed Tim Holtz Black Suit distressed ink. And then in the inside, I just lined it with brown paper as well, did the same thing. And then I lined it with some of that paper from the paper collection. And then my lens, I used 110 pound, just a cream colored cardstock. And it was 110 pound. I created the lens, but before I got, I used some chipboard here with some black. And so what I used to distress the lens itself was some acrylic paints, and I just dry brushed. I got some blacks, and I believe like some coppers and golds and some silver in here, and I just dry brushed to the look that I wanted. It was really simple and easy. It didn't take much to dry it. You could also probably just use some inks if you wanted, but that is what I used with some acrylic paint. I attached it also with some E6000 so that it does not come off. so it's on there nice and sturdy. The lens itself is a Tim Holtz, the larger size pocket watch. I got it at Tuesday Morning. I thought it would be, to me it was perfect for a lens. I created it to where this still comes off because it does have the mirror inside. And I thought it might be actually kind of cute to put a photo of them inside of there. So I thought if they took a really nice photo that they loved, I could cut it down for them and stick it inside and then put this back on. Again, like I said, that tutorial will show you how to make that, but this itself is just a toilet paper roll. And you would, you know, if you wanted your lens to stick out further, you would just do it a little further, etc. And I believe that tutorial shows you. And then this just pops right back on. Oops, like that. And so I can put a photo in there. The corners here are some metal edge corners that I E6000 on so that they don't come off. And they are these little guys right here. I picked them up at AliExpress and they're flat. So they just go right on there. If you're interested, I can look for the seller of that. They were really inexpensive. So that is what I used for my corner pieces. My camera strip here is the Tim Holtz film strip ribbon. I believe you can pick this up. I seen it at Joann's. I actually ordered it online on Amazon, but I think with a coupon you can get it cheaper at Joann's actually. So that is what I used for this camera strip here. Moving along, all the little gears that you see on here, that's not a gear, all these gears, I used the Tim Holtz gears, the Thinlits. And so this is what they look like. And I just cut out a ton of these, and some of them I triple layered, double layered, if I can get it. Well, I can't get it out now. But anyway, that's what they look like. I used some of them. I actually put on some foam, so it kind of gave it a little bit more dimension. And then inside some of them, I just used brads. And actually, I didn't poke the brads. I just trimmed off the ends of the brads, and then I super glued them on there. And so that kind of gave me some of the metal inserts. And then, like I said, these ones I used the Thinlit with foam. And then these obviously are flat ones, but to kind of give it that little bit extra dimension. Here I used my Crop-A-Dile and I punched a hole and I got this hole put in here. And I used just some brads that I had in my stash to kind of have some metal hooks to hook those in. The chain is also a Tim Holtz. It's out of his jewelry line collection. They had it at Tuesday Morning. It just happened to be the right color, the good length. It came in, I think, a double length. I trimmed it up, stuck it on. I used some of these jump rings that he had, and I just attached them, and then I attached the chain to those. So I picked those up at Hobby Lobby. Moving along onto the top up here, I used these. They are the custom knobs, and they were just these little knobs that I E6000, everything I E6000 on so I can make sure that it was not coming off. And then if you can see inside there, it's a little map. I just kind of chose one of the stickers that they had in there, put it inside. And then I had an enamel dot from my scrapbooking stuff in my stash that I placed on top of it and secured it down. This decorative piece was just a little piece of metal that I had in my stash. I'm not sure where it came from, but that is what that is. Underneath, to lift it, I used this and I just covered it with some paper. And this is actually my, from your AGT gun. It's the little ring once your adhesive is done. I saved those crafters, you know, we hoard everything. And it worked out perfectly. And so I just covered it with some paper to use it as, to give it some dimension there. And then on the front here, I did a really pretty little nameplate. It says Wanderlust. A strong desire for or impulse to wander or travel and explore the world. So I thought that would be perfect. And that came out of this little collection that I had picked up from Hobby Lobby when they had them on clearance. And it's the Quote Bands by Tim Holtz. And so it came out of that. Moving along to the side here, I put like a little lock and key just to kind of give it some character. And that came out of this little keyhole packs by Tim Holtz as well. And it says 3 keyholes. So I guess that's the name if you're looking for it. And that's where that came from. And then moving along into the handle was just a handle I had in my stash, to be honest. And I did some, I don't know where I got that handle. If it came from Tim Holtz or I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. And then I used some eyelets and stuck through there, and they are in the back here, but I covered it with paper so you're not going to see it. And that is pretty much what all I used on here to decorate the box itself. And then moving along, let's move that up to the albums that I had created. I used this paper pad by Photo Play. It's the Paper Crane collection. I got these on clearance actually at Hobby Lobby, and I used almost one. I had 2. I bought 2 just in case, but I used 1 complete pack. The only thing I had left was 1 sheet of paper and I think 3 stickers off the sticker sheet. So it was really nice. I was able to use all of the paper with the little added things. So I went on to the SVG Cuts and I found this really cute SVG file on this house. And so this is the cover of the album. And let me move this up a little bit, opening it up. This is all with magnets, and I just used the paper collection. And here they can add a photo, journal, whichever they choose to do. And so here's a little waterfall that can fit some photos. And then these all just come down. They can put another photo here, and then that's magnetized shut. And then this says never stop making wishes. And then I have some little pockets here. So if they get some little tickets or things like that, you know, I thought they could hold some of their memorabilia in it. Make a wish. And then here on this side is another little book to add some photos or journaling. And then I added this. And they could put a little photo, they could journal some of their things there. And then there's a little pocket in here where they can also stick some memorabilia down inside of that. And this is the back side to that album. So it was just a really cute little album that I had created. And then I know they're gonna have a lot of extras, and I had, like I said, I really wanted to try to use that paper pad up. And so I just had these are these little albums that you can put oh, let's see, what size are these? I want to say they're 4x4, little 4x4 photos in, and I put a little pocket here so they could stick some little things in. And then there's, you know, some sheets in here that they can put some photos in. Same thing back here, a little pocket. And then that is the back side. And then I just used some ribbons to tie up to kind of give it some cutesy little. And then I just used some of the stickers, put them on some cardstock, and then stuck them up with some foam. And that's the other little album. And then I had a little bit extra of the paper. And like I said, I really wanted to try to use it up. So I thought might be kind of cute was I had these traveling journals that I thought, you know, maybe it would be nice that they could sit and document their trip, you know, what they enjoyed and things like that. So I created both of them, one of these. And so I just altered it with the paper collection. This one I did for my son, and then some of the extra cut aparts, I just made some tags that they can stick in, a bookmark if they get some books from there. And then it's the back side, and then I also gave them a folder so they can, you know, stick brochures and things in. And then, again, I just made some tags just to utilize that paper collection. And so that one I made for my son. And then I made one for my daughter-in-law using the collection. And so here again is a tag that she can use just to, you know, save her spot or put it in a book or just decorate. And then that's the, and here's her file. And then I did these little tags with some of the cut aparts and decorated that up for her as well. And so those are their books, their albums, and a beautiful camera box that they can store it all in. So I hope he's gonna like it. And for years to come, I figured he could set that in his office. And if they didn't want to put their album in it and they wanted to maybe display the album, the box itself could just store, like I said, memorabilia. I know if I was going to Japan, I'd probably collect a bunch of little things. So they can utilize it however they want. But that is my project share. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment. I will try to answer them the most I can. Thank you guys for watching and being supportive. Please like and subscribe. It would be a big thumbs up, would be greatly appreciated. And until my next video, always remember to smile, be happy, be bright, be you, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.